Jennings, and this is my project presentation for my applied research for the classroom. The focus of this study is to determine the importance of behavior interventions in the classroom. This came about because there's always an ongoing need for behavior intervention because of the rising in recent years of behavior problems in the classroom. So the question arose was whether there was a single behavior intervention or whether there might have been a combination of two or more that would be successful in all areas of the classroom, from the general education to special education to the specialists working with the kids. So this is the research and how it was started and what was trying to prove, trying to understand, like, is there just that one or more than one? Upon studying different experts in the field, several experts talked about several different things, but the main point that came across was the division of three major interventions that are currently used in the classroom. And the rest of the interventions fall under these three categories. The categories, as you can see behind me, is the PBIS, or the Positive Behavior Intervention and Support, the self-management, self-regulation strategies, and finally the collaboration and consultation. These were the main interventions that was focused in this study. Helped to provide the data and evidence to see if there was one or more than one that would be successful across all classrooms. So this was a qualitative study that focused on one school, one Northeast Tennessee school. That was a K-5 school. And we used, this study conducted used the general education teachers, the special education teachers, the related arts teachers, as well as the specialists that work in the building with the students. The data was organized and collected from the participants via surveys sent by email. The first survey showed and asked what interventions they were already using. And it helped to gauge what they were using already and how they thought it was effective in their classroom. The second survey that was sent out focused on them, asking them to select a new behavior intervention to implement for a short time in their classroom to see if it would be successful. So they picked from different strategies under the PBIS, under the self-management, self-regulation, or the collaboration and consultation. So that was the second one that helped begin collecting data and allowing the teachers to use these different interventions in the classrooms throughout the school. The final survey that was sent out asked them which interventions they chose and how effective they thought they were, and would they recommend them to other educators that are coming into the field. As I said, the results of the first survey was this. The evidence that was found was there was a whole myriad of interventions that were being used. There was at least 18 different ones that were being used throughout the entire school. And they varied on what they did. In the second survey, when they were asked to choose, there were several decisions that were made to combine more than one intervention to see if it would be successful, while some also selected the one to see if it would be successful. And this one helped. And this one showed how teachers vary in what they want to, how they want their students to learn, and how they want to be able to stop those problem behaviors from coming while keeping a flow in their classroom. The final survey helped to determine how effective each one was. And the results were the teachers believed that they were really effective in the classroom. And then they would recommend them to others in the field. And finally, the conclusions about this study, what come from this study was there was some success in this research, some success that was found throughout. However, the results weren't 100% conclusive because of a variance in responses for each survey. We started out with about half of the teachers and assistants and specialists in the building that were sent the survey that responded. The second one had about half of that. And the final survey showed even less than that. So the evidence wasn't 100% conclusive. Some things maybe to look at in this for recommendations is this. Trying to have a bigger sample, maybe not just focus on one school or one school district, whether it be in Northeast Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, or West Tennessee, or even in the state of Tennessee. Just different areas. Because to be able to see if this is inclusive of more than one intervention that are successful for the classroom, we need to figure out if it works in not only rural areas, but also in suburban school districts as well as urban. Maybe try to conduct this research across all different areas. And maybe not just focusing on one school, but like multiple schools throughout each district. And then one of the big recommendations for this research is simply this: to have maybe a longer time frame to conduct the research, because for a short period of time you can't get real concrete evidence. You can get some. However, to get a better conclusive end to the research, what you need is to use a longer time frame. Maybe start with the beginning of the year and go to winter break, or starting with right after winter break and going to the end of the year. These recommendations help me see that what needed to be focused on more in this study. Yes, it was just a small portion that was conducted, but these recommendations help to just further validate this research of whether is there just one need for a behavior intervention, or a need for a combination of two or more in the classroom for it to be successful. And that is the presentation. Thank you.